Hey everyone, South Bay Rebel here. Today we're going to be looking at yet another thrift store find. There's some bulk Lego in this bin, and I'm excited to dive in and see what I've come home with. So this particular thrift store, sometimes when these bins don't have any lids, they cover it kind of crisscrossed with tape to keep the contents inside. Kind of funny, but just going to cut right through that stuff. And see what we've got here. Because they used some tape, and I think this moved around a little bit in the truck on the way home. I've even got some pieces stuck to the ceiling of that tape inside. So just gonna pop those right back in there and carry on. So right on top, I think this was a neat find. That definitely looks like one of the Arctic helicopters. It's a line that I've always kind of had an interest in, but never really pulled the trigger on. I think it kind of came and went before I could really find the time and the income to really dive into it. But I always liked it from afar, and it's nice to see that I've got some of those pieces here. Definitely going to try and recreate that helicopter and see how much of it is in this bin. Just before I forget, I wanted to show everyone I paid just about 25 bucks for this one. So pretty good deal. This was pretty packed full to the brim. Pulling some more stuff out here. That's an odd looking screen piece or window piece. Definitely seems like there's maybe some Star Wars stuff in here too, looking at that printed windscreen. So that's always nice to have more of those. I've definitely had some good luck lately with finding quite a few of those particular windscreen pieces, some in pretty banged up shape and some in pretty good shape. So that one was in pretty good shape. We've got a cape there, maybe from a Death Eater figure, possibly Harry Potter related. This is an interesting piece as well. Probably some more city stuff in here. I'm always getting a lot of city stuff, especially police or adversary, bank robber, criminal kind of related. Got a trooper torso there, which is also nice. Can never have enough Star Wars figures, so always like to find the figures. Of course, I think this is like Batgirl, so that's a neat torso too. I'll have to see if the rest of her is in here. If that's the case, definitely need more brick separators. Yeah, so happy to find these big bulk hauls whenever they come up at the thrift store. I wish this that dinosaur piece was more intact, but it does seem like there are some Jurassic either World or Jurassic Park elements in this bin, so that might make for some nice finds. Really don't know what these blue wings are, but this is a second one that I've pulled out of there, so gonna have to do a little research on that. Got a plastic bag here, don't really know what's in there. Some Technic pieces. Don't know why anyone thought it was important enough to separate, but this is an interesting bag as well. Definitely didn't see this in store. It was kind of buried in there, but it looks to be like an Star Wars Advent calendar set. Not sure what year, but that's a cool find. Definitely some more Star Wars minifigures in there, so stoked on that. Like I said, you can never have enough Star Wars minifigures. I'm always adding to the collection. That is the bulk of my collection. There's a lot of different Lego sets that kind of strike my fancy and catch my eye, and I'll get them here and there. But for the most part, we generally tend to collect a lot of Star Wars related sets and also Harry Potter related sets. So they're really the two main genres that we gravitate towards. It looks like a Star Wars ship here, or what's left of it. I'm not sure. It seems to be an older design. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Again, it's going to take some more research. Nice windscreen piece. I would venture to say this was a Y-Wing, some older design of a Y-Wing. I don't know that I've ever seen it with the droid on the side there, though, or that mock droid. This is a nice droid find. You know I love finding droids, so that one was cool and intact, the gray with the orange. Nice looking droid. Marvel, don't care. This looks like one of those micro squadron things. It's heavy, it's metal, die cast, I think. Maybe a Y-Wing, except those side pieces were definitely too short. Yeah, so now we're gonna take a closer look at the goodies and anything that really stood out to me from this haul. I wasn't gonna sit there and make you all watch me sift through every last bit of it, but I pulled out the things that struck me. That Y-Wing one was definitely top of the list. These wings, I still haven't got around to doing the research on what exactly those are or what set they're from, but I would venture to say maybe Jurassic Park. This is a neat helicopter piece. I definitely think there's more to that, hopefully enough to complete out that build. We've got some Star Wars stuff in here. Again, nice windscreen. Here's that die cast piece that was a bit out of place, but still cool to find. Really wish there was more of this dinosaur. I didn't find any more to him, so that was a little disappointing, but was happy to find this bag of the Star Wars Advent assemblies. So these are all the tiny micro builds that were in that calendar first, and then I'm gonna get to the figures that were there as well. I don't know that I've got all the figures. Haven't got around to figuring out which year that was from, that advent calendar. Shouldn't take too much research to figure that out, but it's definitely from the Mandalorian era. I see the Razor Crest there. We've got one of the Sand People, we've got a Scout Trooper, Mando with the Christmas scarf, Grogu with the Christmas colored prim, I think they call that pod that he travels around in. So super cool, glad to have found those. And then here's a few more unique pieces that look like they're probably Jurassic related, some Star Wars related stuff, as well as some other random parts. Ferrari, didn't see much more Ferrari related stuff in there, but that's neat. It'd be cool to find some more of that. And then we get into the figures, and we've got a pretty decent sized haul. Those white legs there with the print on them seem to be the lower part of maybe the holiday Chewbacca or the white Wookiee from one of the advent calendars, so that's neat. It seems like we've got Buzz Lightyear's head. I don't know that that's his body, but color matches anyways. Some other Star Wars related figures like the Red Trooper there, some Ninjago stuff, just a ton of stuff. Definitely the standout for me was this droid. I love my droids, so can't get enough of those. I don't have any Simpsons figures either, so that Nelson up in the top right was definitely a neat find. These heads were definitely unique. They stood out to me. Gonna have to do some more research on those. If anybody knows what those two black ones in the middle are from, go ahead and leave a comment. Super curious about those. They definitely stood out among all the rest. So all in all, really happy to have found this haul at the thrift shop. Love getting this stuff home and kind of digging through it, looking for buried treasure, so to speak, and I just can't get enough of it. I hope you guys enjoy watching this kind of content. I've got plenty more on the way. Since finding this one, I found a couple more bins, so stay tuned. If anybody knows what some of these parts and sets came from, go ahead and leave that info in the comments. I love hearing the feedback. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, take it easy.